Brilliant.
Isn't that
Brilliant.
great?
We can't celebrate Drew Brees. There's just not enough ways to celebrate Drew Brees.
There really isn't. There really
I mean,
isn't.
one of my favorite things about him going into the Hall of Fame is how all the videos are popping up on social media everywhere, TikTok or Reels or whatever, showing just the surgical precision with which he played. I mean, we forget just how good he was because time rolls on and numbers roll on, and Tom Brady caught a few more years out of it, and it like his level of excellence was beyond compare.
Two things that really stand out for me with Brees, and they're kind of, to a lot of people, they might be minor, but to me, they're major. He's like 5'11" and 7'8". I remember interviewing like Michael Vick, and I remember interviewing Drew Brees, and they're under 6 feet. They're maybe 205 pounds. There's nothing prototypical quarterback about Brees. Just look at Brees when he's after a game, shaking hands of the opposing team's quarterback. It's like the other guy's like a helmet taller than Brees, like 3, 4, 5, even 6 inches taller than Brees, literally. And so per pound, I mean, it's like Brees, Barry Sanders, greatest players in NFL history per pound. And then the other thing, Brian, this is a little weird. It's Brees never missed the simple throw, like the throw to the running back out in the flat, or the little pitch or toss. Like every NFL quarterback, maybe it's 1 out of 100, 1 out of 200. They're gonna overthrow it, throw it into the ground, lead them too much. Brees, you can't find video of him ever missing one of those throws, much less all the hard ones. Where a player's very well guarded, he could throw it through the player could be running with a tire and he would throw it through the middle of the tire. But he never messed up the basic stuff ever, not once.
No, it's the attention to detail, those little bitty details like that. And they probably padded the stats a good bit. I mean, how many passes to, out of the backfield to Reggie Bush, accumulated yards and yards and yards.
Yep. No doubt. The old yak.
And then there's this part of this as well, is for us here in Louisiana, it adds to how special he was because of the time he came here. I don't expect the rest of the world to care about that. I don't expect Canton, Ohio to care about that. But we're going to care about that because, yes, he didn't have a whole lot of options his first year. But, boy, after 06, man, it just – when the world got to, see, this guy's legit on the field, that injury that took him down didn't fully take him down. But he had made his commitment to rebuilding the city, to being a part of a complete rebirth.
It's interesting. A single man, one human being, changed the trajectory of 4 teams. The Miami Dolphins team doctor. He by him saying this guy's not healthy, we can't take him. It changed the Dolphins. It changed Alabama because Saban ended up leaving with no quarterback. I think if he had Brees, he'd probably be in the NFL maybe still. It obviously changed LSU, not in such a bad way, but Les Miles had success, but with Saban not at Alabama, Les Miles would probably have another national title. I remember a lot of these players, Julio Jones and the like, it was between Alabama and LSU in recruiting, and Les Miles lost out to Saban on these players. Now, Miles had his own great recruiting classes. I'm just saying it would have elevated Miles and LSU a little, and of course the Saints never would have been great, most likely. So that one man, that one human being, that one individual, the team doctor with the Dolphins, changed the trajectory of 4 football teams.
Amazing, isn't it? That's so cool.
Yeah, it really is.
But hey.
Yep, it really is. Hey, if you need an AR-15, you might be able to find one in a French Quarter bathroom. That's a crazy story. Thank God nothing, we can laugh about it, I guess, Brian. Nothing bad happened.
Okay, so the story that we got up here in Baton Rouge was kind of a copy and paste of a New Orleans story. So I didn't go back to like NOLA.com or anything. I read it from a local outlet. Was this in a public bathroom like the lobby, or was this left in their hotel room?
No. The hotel room would have been fine. This was like in a public bathroom, like at a restaurant.
Wow. Okay, so no, hotel room would not have been fine.
No, he literally just leaned it against the corner, went to the bathroom, got up and left. And then the next person going into the bathroom saw the AR-15 and, could have been some jerk that at the very least, I'm going to take the gun and keep it or sell it to a criminal and make money, or some drunk that could have, went out and shot, up in the air, whatever, or some criminal terrorist type that would have been like, great, I'm going to go kill some people. So thank God it was none of that. The individual that found it got in touch with law enforcement. They got in touch with the National Guard, and I'm sure that guy's going to be reprimanded. But, I'm not knocking the National Guard in the least bit. I'm glad they're here. But they're not professional soldiers, like full-time, 24/7. It's not their job or vocation. So you can sort of maybe see how this accident could have happened. It wasn't deliberate, but no, thank goodness nothing bad happened.
Well, it's an AR-15, Corey. Like, how distracted do you have to be?
I think, he leaned it against the corner in the bathroom and his back was to it, and he finished his business and he got up and walked out. He didn't think to look back in the corner, and I don't know.
Like, what happened there? You sat down and got really into doing the Wordle and forgot about it?
I have no idea. Obviously got distracted. And like I said, like a professional full-time 24/7 soldier, he's like hooked to that thing. So would have never forgotten it. But I could see how a guardman who's, weekend duty, you're going to New Orleans, you got called up. I could see how that could happen, I guess.
Yeah, I suppose so. Maybe I'm being a little bit too harsh on it, but it's an AR-15.
No, you're right.
But it's not like you forgot your name badge at an out-of-town convention. This is not like, where did I leave my sunglasses? This is, not just a deadly weapon, but a weapon that's vilified by the media completely. I mean, this is the one that shows up in all in the news reports,
Yeah, I think, this particular one that a lot of the National Guard are using, they're like 2 feet long. It's sort of, I don't want to say it's in between a pistol and a real, rifle, but sort of, it's not a huge gun. But no, I'm not making any excuses.
It's like that scene from Dumb and Dumber when they're going through all the IOUs that were in the briefcase where the money used to be. It's like, this was a car, kind of important.
Yeah. Oh, no doubt. No doubt. But Brian, I remember when the Guard was first announced, I was a little worried about it. I'm like, we don't need this. This sends out a message that New Orleans is dangerous, and then some folks that I respect, like Raphael Goyeneche with the Metropolitan Crime Commission, the State Superintendent Hodges with the, Troop Nola and the state troopers all across the state. They're not proactively policing. They're not doing investigations. They're not even arresting people. It is strictly a police type presence where a criminal is going to be like, boy, there are 3 guardsmen over there with strapping AR-15 standing on the corner talking. There's a better place for me to go commit crime.
Yeah. Yeah, just a presence and a deterrence.
Yeah, they just kind of walking the beat. So I changed my mind. I pulled a 180 on that, and I welcome them. And it frees up the police, NOPD and Troop NOLA, to go proactively police.
Right. Yep.
Hey, we got some local stuff. Another local Politico gets a Trump endorsement. Governor Landry has a new chief of staff. When we come back, fill us in on that. Brian Haldane's with us, conservative voice. We do it every Tuesday afternoon at 4:20 till 5 p.m. More coming your way. Don't move, New Orleans. Coming right back.
Why wear the same old glasses that everyone else is wearing? Stand out from the crowd. Come to Art and Eyes. Art and Eyes is not your typical eyeglasses store. It's one of the finest eyewear shops in the country, right here in New Orleans, with precision-engineered prescription lenses and gorgeous high-quality frames from the heart of Europe, Japan, and the United States. Our products are thoughtfully curated, and our staff are here to help you find exactly the right frames. Art and Eyes are magazine, as unique as you.
49 years in a row. Ford F-150, #1 truck in America. What about in the USA? Let's see, what about in the world? Who sells more trucks than Ford? Nobody. It's because the Lamarck team is the real team. All that makes it happen is one goal. Everybody having a great experience at Lamarck Ford. We became #1 for a reason, because we're good, and we need to prove it every day, every deal, all the time.
Word is, one of the best restaurants in New Orleans isn't even in New Orleans. Gallagher's 527 in Mandeville. Cross the lake and taste what you're missing. Tuesday through Saturday, Gallagher's 527 in Mandeville.